What's going on, beautiful people? It's your girl, Sydney Lauren. Welcome to the Power of Us. Now, humans, hetero humans, homo humans, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, indigenous, native, Indian, all of those in between. Are y'all ready to change the world? Y'all ready to leave this world better than we found it? Because I am. I am. I'm ready. So if you're ready, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you don't agree with something that I have to say, share your thoughts down below. I am not opposed to any type of confrontation, any type of disagreement, because that's the point of this channel. We are here to critically think, learn, evolve, grow as humanity, as society. If you feel what I'm saying, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you don't feel what I'm saying, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because if you're a human being and you want to live in a better world, this is how we do it: by having the hard conversations, by analyzing what we have all been taught and led to believe is normal. Analyze the systems we participate in and evolve. So I believe in me. You should believe in you. Let's get it done. Now, I'm going to start with Chud the Builder. What a way to go out. We're going to start with Chud the Builder. We're going to go over the reparations that Mr. Trump, Mr. Orange Man, is giving to his friends. We'll go over how that plays out in his administration. How much racism cost. Racism within itself is expensive. It's very expensive. And uh, flow with me here. We're not going to just stick on racism because there's so many things that are tied to this society that we live in. Okay, there's so many things tied to it, so we have to analyze each factor so that way us as human beings can evolve into a more emotionally intelligent, aware society. Because again, a lot of this all boils down to the human condition. And again, it's about who you choose to be. Racism is very expensive, and not just morally and spiritually, but economically and socially. Racism destroys innovation and it keeps societies addicted to dysfunction. Okay. So again, I feel like as human beings, we have a duty to leave the world better than we found it. So let's get it done. Chud the Builder allowed his hatred, his insecurities, to facing 56 years in prison simply because you cannot and will not evolve as a human being. Sucks to suck. The Builder, he says,
Get double the followers you
Yeah, there's
got, I
no way
guess.
to go viral. Like, I don't think that's spreading a great message.
Yeah,
Like, feel like,
I don't want to have to kill them, but if they threaten your life, dude, you do it. You gotta stand up for your own. What do you
I
back
feel like
down? You
that's
say, oh no.
they're just kind of promoting division in the world, though, right? Like, two wrongs don't
No.
make it right, you know?
No,
Two
because
wrongs
it
never make
teaches
right.
them. No, it goes back to not lying to them. It teaches them the truth that they have no power over you as a man simply because your skin's lighter than theirs.
he says the quiet part out loud. Okay. He says he does this to teach us, black people, that we have no power over them simply because his skin color is lighter. Now, I'm a bit confused because I thought it was white supremacy. I thought that the whole point of white supremacy was the fact that you all assumed and have been taught and have been conditioned to believe that the lighter your skin is, the closer you are to God. It does boil down to religion, so we will go over that. Okay. Racism breeds insecurity. It survives through insecurity. And insecurity creates obsession. And obsession creates control, wanting to control said obsession. That leads to freedoms being restricted, unnecessary money spent, unnecessary lives lost, you know. And there's a social trust that begins to evolve because you can't build a healthy society off of artificial hierarchy. If we were to go off of hierarchy, if we were to be as hateful and greedy, if we were to go off of science, oftentimes having lighter eyes, lighter skin, lighter hair is to have a recessive gene. So you know that once you're aware of that, it's like, okay, so all of this is built off of just pure idiocy. Like, to be racist is to be stupid. To put it very plainly, to be racist is to be stupid. Because if hierarchy was inherent, if it was automatic, simply based off of skin color, why is equality so scary? What's the problem? What's the real problem? You know what I mean? So, like, white supremacy is a disease of the mind. CHUD the Builder, he allowed his hatred, he allowed his insecurities to cost him his time. Your time outside in life. Like, he's 28 years old, he's younger than me. He's supposed to be relaxing and enjoying, and you know what I mean? But instead, in order to make money, because apparently you don't really have any other substance within yourself, you decide that you want to go out and antagonize people and create social unrest. And I would say to Black people, a lot of other people that are coming out trying to do this, you have to look at them like they're children. Why are you acting like that? To randomly come up to random people, attack them, is the epitome of quote unquote chimping out. So, if you were to come across someone who were to try to insult you with a word that is literally, it's a made up word. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have historical context. It does. It is very triggering. There is truth to the fact that it is a word. People give things power. So if you retract the power, what is that? Be as willfully ignorant as they are. Be as willfully ignorant as racists are. Like, simply put, just play the game. Now, Trump, he decides that he's going to give his friends money because they supported him by committing a terrorist act against the United States of America and raiding the United States Capitol and threatening our vice president at the time. And the Republican Party, which is the party of regression, the Republican Party supported this. They still support this in a lot of ways. And they are now trying to make it make sense, which it doesn't. Okay? It'll never make sense because we all know that if the majority of those people happen to be of any other skin color, of any other ideology, then it will be a whole different story. But here we are. So again, we have the reality TV show called The United States of America. Yay! What they're showing us is the government will reveal who they care about, by who they protect, who they fund, who they quote unquote forgive, who they humanize. If a government can financially repair harm done to certain groups of people, i.e., the Japanese getting the $1.2 billion, Sioux tribes getting $122 million, the black people, families of people who were wrongfully disregarded when it came down to getting treatment for the syphilis disease in Tuskegee at the time. They also have given, back in the 1800s, they gave slave owners reparations because they lost their slaves. Now, black people, we don't have to ask permission. This is not a asking permission type of vibe. This is a demand. We can demand what is owed to our bloodlines. We can demand what is owed. We don't have to ask permission. It's simply about coming to a consensus together that we will not move forward. We will not move forward until conditions are met. Period. And money talks. In Black America, y'all know what it is. Now, Mr. Hegseth came into the Department of Defense, giving himself a new title. Again, this ego, this pride, this, all of this is giving little dick energy. Okay. It's heavy little dick energy. Bruh, it's okay. You don't gotta prove nothing. You know what I mean? Like, if you really that, you don't have to prove that you're that. You're just that. Anyway, he comes in and runs on this anti-DEIA. Don't forget the A, because the A stands for accessibility, and they wanted you to focus on just the people of color, because if you're brown, you're scary. Anyway, so starts removing people who are overly qualified, who are put in these places to make sure that this system runs as it's supposed to run. But now you have people in there who fit a certain ideology, they fit a certain idea, and it's for the Trump administration's comfort, because they cannot stand when people don't agree. This is just blatant foolishness. It's foolishness. It's foolishness. We should be done. We should be done with this, people. It's time for us to tighten up. So the real question is, how much is ignorance worth? How much does ignorance cost? How much does complacency cost? Not only mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, but economically. And heavy on the physically, because well, when people be racist, they be just dried up. Like they be looking crusty as the heck. Not looking nowhere near their age at all. Because what you put inside your mind and your body will exude on the outside. Okay. We need to really analyze how much we have lost as a society due to the human condition of people needing to have someone beneath them. And this is not just in racism, this is in misogyny, patriarchy. Like this, there are so many layers to this, and we will discuss it because in order for us to live in a better world, we have to be able to analyze what we have done in the past or what people have done in the past, what we're doing currently, and what we want to see in the future for our children. Because half of us are not going to be here to see this, to see a real change. I mean, we might. I hope so. Shit. But the reality is it's bigger than us. This is all bigger than us. And we have a duty. You're not just here to pay bills. You're not just here to um fill voids for other people. You're not just here to have titles. You're here to live. You're here to experience. You're here to breathe. You're here to feel. You're here to be a human being. And again, we're living in a system that doesn't give a fuck about that. They give a fuck about money. They're greedy. And that's what it boils down to. It boils down to greed, ego, pride, and all of that. So how much does it cost? How much is it worth? You are more than what you have been told. Always have been, always will be. We are the human race. We are the people. We decide the system that we want to bring. Period. This is the new civil rights era, and I am very grateful to be here. I am very much excited to play my part, whatever way, shape, or form that is. So get excited, people. Let's get it.